Good morning, students. We are continuing with our civics chapter 8, which is framing of the constitution and its feature. In previous session we have discussed that India adopted a federal structure. In this federal structure, the separation of power between union and state is clearly given, means union doesn't interfere in the state's administration process. Okay. For this purpose, constitution makers divided federal structure or federal law into three lists: union list, second is a state list, and the third is a concurrent list. We have also seen that union list included 97 subjects, state list included 66 subjects, and concurrent list included 47 subjects. Union list includes atomic energy, defense, railway, banking, and communication subject. For this list or this subject only, central government can frame law. Second is a state list. State list included interstate trade, agriculture, land, and etc. These subjects are included in the state list. Third one is a concurrent list. These include marriage and divorce and administration related other subjects. Means in this concurrent list, central government or union government plus state government both can frame law in this concurrent list. Okay, union list only union government can frame the law, state list state government can frame the law, and concurrent list both central and state government can frame the law. Our second topic is a residuary power. So, in this residuary power, those subjects which is not included in the union, state or concurrent list, these subjects are included in this residuary subject, or central government or union government has a power to make a law of this particular residuary subject. Okay. So, the revenue distribution or you can say tax distribution done between the central and the state government. Okay. So, some important central government tax, which is excise duty, custom duty, corporation tax, income tax. This tax is levied by central government and distribution between the state and central as per the formula of Finance Commission. Okay. As per the 15th Finance Commission report, central has to share their share with 42% with the state. Okay. Excise is mostly levied on the manufacturing of the goods and service. Custom duty is levied on imported goods. Corporation tax is levied mostly on the profit of the company, and income tax is levied on the person's personal income. In state list, state imposed sales tax. Then after sales tax is replaced with the VAT, value added tax. Next is the entertainment tax, and other tax etc. are included in the state list. Okay, state doesn't share their tax proportion with the central government. Okay, So this is the revenue distribution between the central government or with the state government. Or residuary power means any subject or those subject which is not included in the union or state list is included in the residuary power or residuary subject. Next is a unified arrangement during the crisis. Okay, in our constitution there are three provisions related to the emergency or crisis. First is the national emergency. Second is a state or constitutional emergency. Third is a financial emergency. Whenever, so who can declare this emergency or crisis in the nation? Okay, so this power is given to the president. President has a power to declare this type of national, state and financial emergency. Okay, so when president declare national emergency, as per the article given in constitution, there is a article number 352, whenever the war, attack and armed rebellion, other country is attacked on India, declare war on India and armed rebellion, then president can declare national emergency in the country. Second is a state or constitutional emergency. Whenever state administration is not running regularly through the as per the constitutional provision, then after governor, particular governor of the state advise president to declare this type of state or constitutional emergency. Third is a financial emergency, where country facing some sort of money, and there is no money in the consolidated fund of India. Okay, consolidated fund of India, then and after president can declare financial emergency. State emergency article number 356, financial emergency is given in the article number 360. Okay, so this is first national emergency, second state and constitutional emergency, and third is a financial emergency. Respective article is a 350, 356 and 360. Next topic is a bicameral practice. We have discussed earlier what is bicameral practice means. India adopted a bicameral or parliamentary type of system. In parliament included Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Parliamentary government types of system. Parliament includes Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So Lok Sabha is the lower house. Lok Sabha is also called as the lower house and Rajya Sabha is called the upper house. This Rajya Sabha is also called as a permanent house because Rajya Sabha never dissolved. Okay, but after every 5 years Lok Sabha is automatically dissolved and the election commission declared election for the post of the Lok Sabha seat, or the member which is elected in Lok Sabha, it is also called as a MP or member of a parliament. Every 2 years 1/3 of the member of Rajya Sabha took retirement every 2 years. Okay, Lok Sabha is also called as the lower house, Rajya Sabha is the upper house. And one thing we also discussed is president nominated 12 person from the art, culture, sport, okay, President can nominate 12 persons from the art, culture and other specific type of quota category in the Rajya Sabha. This is the bicameral type of system. Next is a impartial and independent judiciary. We have seen that government has a three organ: legislative, executive and judiciary. Legislature and executive is interdependent on each other, but judiciary is independent or impartial. Judiciary is independent and impartial. In central government or centrally, Supreme Court, under the power of Supreme Court there is a state high court, and under the high court there is a district court and other subordinate court or a special court. Okay, Supreme Court is the apex court for the country. Under the provision or power of Supreme Court there is a High Court, which is mostly located at the capital of the state. Okay, but not necessary to have this High Court in the capital of the state, because we have example of Gujarat. Gujarat's capital is Gandhinagar, but our High Court is located at Ahmedabad. Okay. So all the decision and judgment of Supreme Court is binding to all over the High Court, District Court and the subordinate court of the country. So this is the Supreme Court. Supreme Court also supervise and regulate all the High Courts, District Court and the subordinate court of the country. Okay, so this is the impartial independent judiciary. Next topic is the amendment in the Constitution. Amendment in the Constitution. First is the amendment can be done through the simple majority. Second is amendment is done through the special majority. And third is a special majority plus 50% state legislature approval. So what is this? First is a simple majority. If the member of parliament, or simply you can say parliament, can change the constitution through this simple majority. So what is the provision given in the simple majority is present and voting members 50%. Okay, means suppose total number of seat of Lok Sabha is 552, but present member is only 500, or you can say 300. Okay, total member present is only 300. So this 300 50% means 151 vote is required to change in the constitution through the simple majority. Okay. Second one is the special majority. What is special majority? 2/3 member present and voting. Suppose there is a 300 member is present. So 300 members 2/3 means 200 vote is required for this special type of majority. And last one is a 2/3 member present and voting plus 50% state legislature approve, means This 200 is also required, but 50% means total state in India is 28. So 15 state prior approval is required for the implementation of this special type of majority. GST bill, goods and service bill, is implemented through this special majority plus 50% state legislature approve, because this GST is also affected the state legislature also. So our next basic feature is a universal adult franchise. Means any person or any adult whose age is above 18 can take part in election and can cast their vote without discrimination of caste, creed, sex, religion and etc. Means suppose person whose age is 18 and it is belong to the lower caste and his economical background is not good, then it can't not be partiality through his economic or caste background, because Constitution provides this type of special franchise or universal adult franchise for the people of our India. Next is a secularism. In preamble, we have also seen India is a secular country. Means in secular is also affected these three social condition: economic, social, economic and political. Means India never declared that India is a Hindu country or a Muslim country, because India is a secular country, or no person can be discriminated on the basis of the secularism. Okay, this is secularism. Third one is a judicial review. Most important topic, judicial review. We have also seen that our parliament can frame the law on the various subjects included in the union list plus also on the concurrent list. Okay, but whenever Supreme Court and High Court has given a special type of power to review this law which is framed by the parliament or a Lok Sabha. Okay, in India, Supreme Court and High Court have given a special type of power to review the law which is framed by the Lok Sabha. Okay, without disrespecting of the parliament. And this Supreme Court or High Court is found that this law which is made by the parliament is not regular form. Regular form means on the basis of the constitutional form. So it can declare this type of law as a unconstitutional. Supreme Court and High Court has given this type of judicial review power. Next topic is fundamental right and fundamental duties. So this fundamental right or fundamental duty is enjoyed by the every citizen who is living in the India. Fundamental rights main objective is that people is living without fear, or people enjoy their dignified life or live their dignified life. Okay, fundamental right is given by our constitution. As same way, every coin has a two sides. So fundamental right is given by constitution. So they also given some fundamental duties which we should follow or should follow every citizen which is living in the India. Okay, and next is a directive principle of state policy. Directive principle of state policy. So constitution makers gave some guidelines to the state that every state has to follow this type of guideline to make a welfare or welfare of state. Or this DPSP is not binding for the state. If state wants to follow this DPSP guideline, then and after they can follow. Okay, and last topic is a backward section and tribe. For the upliftment of this backward section and tribe, government or constitution maker provides reservation in the election for the Lok Sabha. This reservation is also only for SC and ST people, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. This is not for OBC. Other backward class people can't enjoy this type of special reservation. Okay. Children who is belong from this backward section and tribe also gave some scholarship. So, indirect motive of government is to welfare or upliftment of this backward section and tribe. Okay, this policy which is adopted by the government is also called optimistic policy and a shielding policy. Okay, this type of policy which is adopted by the government is also called optimistic policy and the shielding policy. So this is the end of our chapter 8, framing of the constitution and its features.